Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh yeah, it is my bitch.
Remember, the ball must travel 10 yards. It's loose. Mud Dogs football.
A stronger urgency from the Cowboys side than maybe they had a month ago.
Yeah, because it's always the deadline makes deals, and I hate that way of negotiating.
Is that sweating? Do you think that comes off as sweating in a negotiation, that they're trying to sit in front of him now?
They have, correct me if I'm wrong there, Bobby, they have no leverage in this. The only leverage they have is if Dak wants to be here.
Yeah.
That's the only leverage they have. If you look at the negotiations, it's really one-sided.
If he wants to do you a solid is basically what it comes
down.
to.
And that's why I would come with hat in hand, to borrow an old saying. I'd come in hat in hand if I was Jerry Jones, and I would say, please sit down with me and let me explain something. You don't, just give me 30 minutes of your time, and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what I'm up against right now. These are cap projections going forward. These are cap projections currently. This is what my roster looks like in 2025. This is what my roster looks like in 2026. This is what my roster looks like in 2027 with the people that we have signed. If you cut me a break here, then I could put this team around you here. You're giving him ownership of the team is really what you're doing. You're kind of telling him, like, listen, if you sign here, this is what your team's going to look like.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, you're giving him a glimpse of the future. If he decides, he looks at that and goes, well, this is a horse shit team, no, I'm not going to. He doesn't owe you anything.
Well, good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian. Rise and grind. Woo! Rise and grind. Rise and grind. I'm not feeling it today at all, people. I'm not feeling it at all. Not enough coffee. I had one cup and it didn't do much at all. Saturday. It's Saturday. Weird, because I was off yesterday. I did a change of schedule, but then I'm off tomorrow, so whatever. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock, primetime Phil. We're doing a show, so. But I just showed you a clip. Hey, Stephen Jones, that should have been done months ago, bringing Dak in. It's showing him what the cap's going to look like in 25 and 26 and 27 if you sign this deal, that deal, this deal. Now you're hearing everything. You're hearing it all. You're hearing everything regarding, he's basically crying the blues about the money situation.
He's mowing his lawn.
He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Crying the blues. Crying. That's how I take it. I don't know. How do you guys take it? I take it as he's crying. He wants a handout. What? You're on the yacht, eating caviar, drinking, what do you call it? Champagne and orange juice?
Oh, mimosas.
Drinking mimosas on the yacht, looking out over the French Riviera. All of a sudden, you're going to fly back into Frisco and say, wow, you waited. Now, all that being said, I'm going to wait to see what the offer is, because it should come out. If it don't, then I would be suspect. If Dak turns down anything more than $52 million and he says no to it, then, Dak don't want to be here. Because at the end of the day, Dak, the difference between 52 and 58, it's all about the guarantees, people. And again, being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys does afford you a lot of things that being the quarterback of, well, I wouldn't say the Giants, but, I never understood why Dallas never did that. Dallas never brought Dak Prescott in, sat him down and said, Dak, Okay, if we sign this deal, if we sign you to this deal, this is what the cap's going to look like in 25. This is what the cap's going to look like in 26. This is what the cap's going to look like in 27. This is what the roster's going to look like in 25. This is what the roster's going to look like in 26. This is what the roster's going to look like in 27 based on what, if you want to make, I'm just throwing the number out, 58, 59 million. Well, then you're not going to be able to have the, he's going to look at the roster and go, I can't win with that. Or he's going to go down the DeMarcus Lawrence. He's going to go down the DeMarcus Lawrence path. The big teammate D-Law is and said, that's not my problem. Now, to D-Law's offense, his support, they offered him 1 year, $10 million. So whatever. I don't blame D-Law for being pissed. But give me a break. Give me a friggin' break. Now, I am very excited about it, but again, this tells me I hate it. I hate to say it, Kid Cowboy, 66, and others. There's a lot of you who don't want Dak back. Again, I'm good either way. I want what's best for the Cowboys, so that you can say it's a cop-out all you want. I don't think so. I want what's best for the Cowboys. So, what that is right now, I'm not really entirely sure. I want to see a lot of Trey Lance. I'm telling you, people, you're either going to listen to me or be stubborn and not listen to me. You can do what you want. We've seen enough from the people I trust, not to mention people off the record, that are saying, as of now, Trey Lance is not looking like a number one quarterback. I'm just telling you what I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. So I'm excited to see Trey Lance dispel those issues. He's going to get every opportunity in training camp, in games, to play. Now, you remember, when Dak was a rookie, Dak did not play good in the preseason. So, just remember, those of you who love Dak, he was not a practice player. He did well in the preseason game. When the lights were on, he came on. That's what cracks me up now. We're 8 years down the road, 8 years in the books. A little over 8, not 9, but 8 years in the books. And, 8 years in the books, 9 years in the books, whatever. I don't think it's a full 9 years, but regardless. Now we've said, oh, well, he can't win big games. Well, okay. He's got the same amount of playoff wins as Lamar Jackson. Mr. 8, number 8, fighting for 8. Again, I'm good either way. Just, I want to know the option. I'm not willing to go down as a Cowboy fan, lifelong Cowboy fan, I'm not willing to go down the path of, well, we'll figure it out. No. We're not figuring it out on the fly. We are not figuring it out on the fly. Have a plan in place. So the plan now is to find out. What's going on with Trey Lance. For more than one reason, people. Even if they sign Dak long term, and I know that pisses off a lot of people, makes a lot of people happy. Get his value up. If he comes out and lights it up, now you got a trade piece at the deadline, if you want. I am positive that they are keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster this year. I guarantee you they will keep 3. They will. Even I just don't believe they're not going to, for that very reason. I just don't like the excuses coming out of Stephen Jones's mouth when he is the one that put himself in this position. He's the one that put himself in this position. He's the one. He's the one. He's the reason why all these contracts are coming up together. And as you saw, I didn't show you that clip. I didn't want to, Brian Broaddus. If you watch this last episode of The Love of the Star, he says what I've been saying for months now. He came out and said it. There's a growing speculation that Micah Parsons will be traded. Not now, maybe next year, because he's the high value that you could get in return. Mike is not going to want to hear that. But again, I love Micah, but he's in his own world, man. He's focusing. I'm hoping that he's focusing on an all-around game this year. I know he's a game wrecker. I know this. I know, but again, he's talking about highest player, non-quarterback, getting paid when you're not even the best defensive player in the league. You can't be a full-time edge rusher. You can't hold up with your size. I would love for you to be, but I don't think that's your best. I think Mike Zimmer is going to use you great. The big dynamic of what's going to happen this year is how Mike Zimmer gets along with Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons looks at the greats before him and sees, wow, okay, Charles Haley was able, Deion Sanders was able to get along with him. Not always fun, but Deion Sanders and Mike Zimmer are unbelievably close to this day. Prime time Deion Sanders, you would never have thought that him and Mike Zimmer would be that close. But that's because Deion realized Mike was doing what he was doing for his benefit. It's easy to be nice to somebody. You're not helping the player if you're kissing their butt, being nice all the time. When somebody's in your ass, telling you what you're not doing, yelling at you, we'll see how Micah handles that. Michael's been coddled his whole career. So if he could take it to the next level, then man, that's awesome. If he stays at this current level, then it's not a top non-quarterback pay. It's just not. I would get into a back and forth with my Eagle subscribers, Twiz, and I know that we're stirring the gravy about Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick's better. Well, I don't think Hassan Reddick was better. I think Parsons is better. Hassan Reddick wasn't that great against the run. So, and I think that Micah Parsons is more of a game wrecker than Reddick. So I still believe I'm right in that thought. But Eagles moved on from Reddick. It wasn't that far apart. They weren't that far apart. And we'll see. That was something that Brian brought up, that might be a piece down the line. If Dak stays, if CD stays, just remember, we're only thinking about those people. Don't forget about Tyler Smith. Don't forget about all that. Don't forget about Tyler Smith. Don't forget about Deron Bland, who I also think might go. The human seatbelt is now in the building. Kalen Carson, Wake Forest. I can't wait to see him play. If he is what I think he is, Deron Bland will be gone. That's how the NFL is. And Drew, my guy Drew, Eagle fan Drew, when you draft well, that's what happens. You lose players in free agency. That's why when we get into it, but back and forth, you could say Deron Bland is not great. Well, he's going to get paid a lot of money in this league. Why? Because he takes the ball away at an alarming rate. Nobody has come in the league and had as many turnovers as he has. He's led the league in turnovers since he was drafted in the 5th round. Dallas finds these guys. Are they good at every pick? No, but nobody is. Last year was a down year so far. And I also saw just one real quick question. Bobby Belt also said that he believes Tyler Guyton, Drew, he says Tyler Guyton will be a Pro Bowler. He will be an all-pro left tackle. That's what everybody's thinking. And then just what they're seeing, the things that he's doing, they've seen it before, but not in year one, and he's going to have his struggles because of his lack of. He is such a big guy, athletic guy for his size, that it's going to take some time against Myles Garrett. It's going to take some time. Now, how long is that going to be, Drew? I don't know. But I believe you're right. I believe it's going to take maybe this year. So, listen, this is the season of optimism. I'm not disillusioned about anything. I'm not flexing saying we're going to the Super Bowl. So keep that in mind when I tell you it may take a year. He's going to have his ups and downs. I think he's going to play against people and dominate. I think he's going to struggle against Myles Garrett. But to me, if I'm a rookie, I want to come out against Myles Garrett. That's what I would want. I want to test myself against the best right away. And to me, a passing grade is not getting your quarterback killed, and hopefully your offensive coordinator, I'm stuck at a train track here. hopefully your offensive coordinator, game plans and helps him out.
What did they stop? No, they're probably stopped down.
I'm
at the
just
thing.
looking. I've done it many times.
I don't want you crossing the thing. I don't want to get killed this morning.
Nobody's dying. Yeah.
I can't see the train station, so they're probably stopped at the train station picking
I
up people.
don't see anything.
Do you want me to get out and look?
No, yeah.
I'll look.
There it is. I knew there was no train because I come here every morning.
Yeah,
Game
the
time
train
knows.
is on
It's
this-
going back that way, though.
How do you know?
No, I don't know that. I don't know that. This is just a glimpse, people. This is just a
I don't
glimpse.
want to die.
But anyway, I am at my destination. Shout out to your, I just wanted to give a shout out to my cousin Tiffany. Tiffany, I won't say the last name for security reasons. Congratulations to Tiffany and Bob. We went to their wedding last night in Cape May. Beautiful. You couldn't have picked for a better day. And Tiffany, how time has flown. But time is flying. It was very cool. My Uncle Jeff, he had passed away. Her father, they flew his flag over the beach right where they did the wedding. It was just a beautiful day. It was cool. So shout out to you, Tiffany and Bob. Congrats. It was wonderful. Thank you all. But all right, everybody, I will talk to everybody at 2:30 Eastern Time, live from the mail truck for the lunchtime chat. And then tonight, 8 o'clock. All right, everybody. Late.